Hello, I promised you some solutions for the mind freeze. Thank you for staying with it and staying with me. I'm Joanne Whitlock at Speaking Made Simple, and I help people with speaking skills. Got into this because I was struggling to speak. You wouldn't believe it now because I love speaking. But anyway, some solutions for you. If you remember, we're instead of focusing on getting more English and getting more vocabulary and getting more grammar, we're going to think about it in terms of the fear response and the old brain and the new brain. So in terms of our fear responses, what can you do? Three main ones. You can work on your anxiety and your fear. So for example, if you're really interested in meditation or in breathing techniques, or maybe there's sport or posture or yoga or I don't know, something to do with mindset, but really what you're doing is saying, I'm going to just focus on that side of things. Then there's the thinking part of your brain, because remember, we're trying to break the loop between the two. So how can you break that loop? And solution number 2 is about the thinking side of things. Specifically, having that knowledge that you do have speaking skills. And this is the solution that really worked for me. I found that in terms of controlling my anxiety about speaking and about having factual evidence and words in my brain about I have good habits for speaking, or I've eliminated these bad habits, that really helped me. So that's what the focus of my Speaking Made Simple book was mainly about, is that how can I learn specific speaking skills so that I know for sure I can tick the box and say, yes, I'm good at the language side, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I'm good at that. So there's a whole list of those in the speaking framework, which you can find out more about. But remember, what you're doing is you're saying, I'm giving language to the problem. I'm giving myself specific things to say so that I break the negative feedback loop between the old brain and the new brain. The other one, in the past I've called it about being a humanist solution to this, but I'm decided to change that. I think it's about distraction. And specifically, my favourite distraction technique is about being of service to the other person that you're speaking to. So remember, so as I say, you've got the old brain, you've got the new brain, you've got this fear response, and it may be that you can calm yourself down, and I love all the techniques to do with that. I found that being very specific and having the language and being able to tick boxes off about and calm myself down helps me calm myself down and break that feedback loop. But there's also this distraction, which some teachers do in lessons, to do with playing games with you. So they're trying to get you to focus on the fun side of things. But when you're on your own, what you could do is focus on service. So instead of the standard advice about imagining somebody, I don't know, in a bad position so that you feel better about yourself. Some people say that for confidence. That doesn't work for me. I like to think of them as somebody like me, and that person really wants help. So if I can get my mind thinking about, oh, I'm helping this person, they really want help, they want this advice, they want these ideas, then what I'm doing is distracting myself from this fear, and I'm giving myself something very specific to think about, which isn't negative and triggering myself. So for example, I like to give feedback or advice, but really specifically feedback. If somebody is talking to me and they say, oh, how can I improve my English? Then what I'm doing is I'm not focusing on myself and how I'm feeling and any fear I've got about my English not being good enough, or for me, my second language, my Spanish, not being good enough. I'm focusing on their feelings and how I can help them improve. And that distracts me from that system. Can you hear the difference? So there's 3 solutions to the mind freeze that I've found work fantastically well. And I would say use all three of them. You don't have to choose between 1, 2 and 3. You can focus on calming yourself and thinking about calming techniques and mindset, or you can give yourself what I do in terms of the speaking framework. You give yourself specific things that you can say. For example, in the framework I divide it with language and thinking and professional skills and creative. And there's lots of ideas within all of those about specific things that you can say to yourself, tick, I'm pretty good at that. And for me, that gave me something concrete to hold on to build the confidence. But now I understand it breaks that loop. Anyway, I got sidetracked. 3 solutions, just in summary. You can work on the anxiety. You can get specific and know for sure and have something concrete to hold on to that your speaking is okay and that you've ticked categories. Or you can try and distract yourself. And one of the easiest ways to do that when you're on your own and you're not relying on a teacher is to think about being of service to the other person, that the other person is just like you and that they would really like to hear your voice and your ideas on a subject. That's the super quick answer. I will be doing more videos about the speaking framework, so please stay with me and subscribe and hit like and share. But I really want you to feel good about your speaking. Even if your mind freezes sometimes, know that this is a completely natural response and there are ways to help yourself in this situation. Take care. Bye.